Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, episode 2. Last time, everything up to the fight at the concert happened, and we'll see. It looks like Scott lost. Wonder what that's about.
He's just dead now.
Seems like a diversion from what I understand to be the source material. I don't know about the comic books, but in the movie, he definitely did lose. But maybe it is just a fake out. We'll see. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon to get the uncut reactions for this and many other things. Hope you enjoy most of all. Let's go and get another drink.
It's called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off because he takes off from the story.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I won. That means you and I are free to get back together. Right? Those are the rules of the league.
Just because you're free to get back together doesn't mean that she wants to.
What's going on?
This is different. Oh, Knives wakes up and Scott's dead?
Is the show over?
There was no show. The bass player was punched to death.
Punched to death? As in, death?
Yes, those are the words I said.
I wonder, because in the movie he got like a second life. I wonder if there's gonna be something like that here, or if this is just fully just a separate kind of story.
Yeah.
You know what this sounds like?
What?
Bochi. Hair dye time.
Imagine if hair dye came out that easily. Just, oh, I bleached it and it's white now.
She dyes her hair every 2 weeks or so. Is she in mourning now? Wearing all black. A League of Their Own. Is this Scott's funeral? What the fuck is happening?
Wallace, how are you?
Well, I always like wearing black. This is as good an excuse as any. Hair.
I can't believe he's gone.
It's not a surprise, really. He was always taking on high-level enemies.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna sit next to someone else.
hey, you're the girl that got Scott killed, right? Nice to meet you.
Ramona.
Young Neil.
I always thought this during the movie, because he like punches people and they always describe them as dead. Like he
Yeah.
punched them to death.
Different circumstances. Miss you, pal.
It's just, is there just, what if the coins are in there? Because like his body disappeared.
Oh, she's wearing his jacket.
What are you doing here? You killed Scott Pilgrim! Fair? You're responsible. You're the one to blame. This is
It's literally a line from Into the Woods.
Is it?
You're responsible. You're the one to blame. It's your fault.
Gideon? Oh. Envy Adams. She's pretty extra. Oh my god.
What?
Black Sheep.
What?
Do you remember her?
No, I don't remember at all.
She didn't look like that. She was Brie Larson.
I still don't remember.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Scott's ex-girlfriend who was in the band with Ramona's ex who was the bass player. They had the bass duel. Well, probably the best part of the movie. She's gonna play a
Immediately
show at her
forget.
ex-boyfriend's funeral.
I'd like to thank you all for coming out to see me. As you all know, I briefly dated Scott Pilgrim in my pre-celebrity life. We didn't all know! And even though
We didn't all know.
And even though I don't remember much about our relationship,
I love how tall the like platforms are on those heels.
I know she's like, I didn't remember anything about our relationship pretty much at all. Total lie. She's like still super in love with him. What is happening? What were the how much money did they pay for this song? Like
Right?
Is he gonna be there? Oh no. Steven Stills. What's gonna happen? Like, they're all getting delivered notes? Is it from Ramona? He's not there, he's not playing at this show. Kadiyanagi twins. Oh yeah. I thought maybe it was from Gideon, but no.
It's from Scott Beyond the Grave.
All 7 of you are cordially invited to a very special evening. Whoa, did I just get invited to my own wedding?
I wonder, is Ramona gonna make them all fight to the death or something for her? Now that, like, the guy she was going for was dead, or...
Just walks.
I wonder how this is gonna work. Or I hope it's not she gets revenge on all of them, because they didn't date. They knew each other for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Scott.
He called it so good. I still love that it's loonies. That's funny.
I also love how it doesn't even look like a loon on the thing. It looks like a little duck. Like how they
What's the
draw it. I
difference?
know, it's funny though.
They look the same, pretty much. Are you shaking your head? You don't think they look the same?
Not really.
I'm a huge fan.
Tell me something I don't know. Maybe you should stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Let the pros do the pro thing.
Vegans have perfect photographic memories. I can memorize an entire script just like that.
I don't even read the scripts anymore. I just say the first thing that pops into my head. It's called being in the moment.
Is that why half your lines in your last movie were, let's party?
Don't know. Didn't watch it.
Drink shit.
Let's party. See there.
Tattoo.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
I didn't notice that.
Didn't. The person behind
Was this the Yotsuba group in Death Note?
No one did.
Who's the robot?
For it is I who did the invite.
What?
Matthew Patel.
The robot's with us. We call him Robot 01. We gendered him too. Male. He's our special little guy.
This party was curated.
What the f- I love how they have Japanese text because they're Japanese. It's funny.
I brought you all here because I've realized there's a fatal flaw in our league. A failure of leadership.
Are you questioning my methods?
I'm not questioning them. I'm answering them.
What?
I, Matthew Patel, defeated Ramona's new boyfriend. I got nothing for it.
Ramona has a new boyfriend?
Scott Pilgrim? The random Canadian guy whose funeral was inexplicably attended by envy? She performed a song. It was all over the news.
That's right. My girlfriend, Andy Adams.
Ugh.
The only reason she was dating him was because he was a bass player and reminded her of Scott.
Flawlessly defeated her. Bill turned me down.
Gasp.
You're the lowest ranked evil act. You were.
Where is this going? Where is this going?
That I think this league needs a new direction. And a new evil X in charge.
To do what? Force her to date you?
That's what Gideon did in the movie.
I'm Gideon Graves. I own 2 record labels, a movie studio, 14 animal shelters, and this league. You're a D+ theater student with delusional Broadway dreams. This is a joke.
She said it sounds like somebody's scared.
That's what I thought she said. But that's
I love how the bass player is the last one. He's off tempo.
My nickname in school was Fearless. I wore no fear shirts every day.
Sounds to me like those shows were a lie, bro.
They weren't a lie.
Then it's time for G-Man to put his fists where his mouth is.
Are they gonna have a battle royale
Just made the biggest mistake.
or just a 1v1?
Winner takes all. That's
Takes what?
You think you stand a chance against my power? Fine. You can take it all. The League, my empire, everything. But if you lose, which you will, I take your life.
I accept those terms.
Is he gonna build the demon hipster chicks? You can build a sword? Or not yet?
Fight.
You're messing with the CEO, pal.
No, we are. Come on, girl.
Basketball court all of a sudden.
Fly, girl. Full court press.
What?
Oh my god.
Still think I'm a loser?
I
Yeah.
do. Time to take this fight to the next level.
Surprise attack. Now, girl.
Are they in a helicopter pad? Does he have a stand? Is it Poseidon? What is that?
I don't get where.
I don't see
get
the
it,
point of this.
But it's fun.
It's cool. The animation's cool. I just.
This is what we in the business call a reversal of fortune.
Whoa.
It's over.
What are you waiting for, man? Finish him.
I gotta stop eating meat.
Finally.
To write his will, that it all goes to him.
If I could just have your signature right here, Mr. Graves.
What's this?
The result of this fight is legally binding. Everything of yours now belongs to Mr. Patel. Hey!
My empire? My league? My lair?
My league? What does that mean?
My underwear?
Those were the terms.
Fine.
Do it. Put me out of my misery. No, I want to put you into your misery. This is my league now. I'm the main character.
Thanks to the new boss.
What?
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Now what?
Yeah, like, what is this about? Like.
I love that cat.
You look like you're dying.
I feel like a lot of this would be more I feel like it's kind of cheating to do this because like they didn't even know each other. Like I feel like they're going off of the audience having seen the movie or read the
Yeah.
comics. Like we know that they get together and it's like a big thing, but it doesn't make sense given the amount of time that they knew each other in this because they, you know, they're going off of what we know their relationship as, not what it actually was. I feel like.
Scott?
Avenge me, Ramona. See me in the sand, Ramona. Is he?
He's just somewhere else.
All right. Well, what do you think of that?
I had fun with it. I don't know where it's really going.
Yeah, it was
But it
fun.
was fun.
Yeah, that's all it is. I feel like I don't have much to say about it. I just hope that like the whole I'm glad it's not. I feel like the whole that's my only real thing I can say about it is like yeah, it was fun, and the whole Ramona being all hung up on Scott doesn't really make sense given the amount of time that they spent together. It's just with the but it doesn't matter. So like I don't it's not really worth complaining about. It just feels kind of weird that she's really remembering him, and like she's pouring tea and thinks of him with the
Oh,
tea.
remember just yesterday when I also poured that tea for him?
It's like it's doing it like it was a big thing for them, like it was a routine,
it was actually just a big thing because it was one of the 3 things that they did together.
Literally, yeah. And like and also I think it's going off the fact that the movie came out like
Yeah.
10 years ago, or more than that, like 12 years ago. So it's like they're expecting the audience to like know that and know where it's going. It's all of this is based on that expectation and the attachment that the audience must have to their relationship, given everything that we know they went through in the real version of the story. But if you don't, if you haven't seen that, then this is completely meaningless, and it isn't, it just feels kind of weird.
That's fair.
But that's it. The fight animation was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. It's
funny.
It's funny
It's
because
genuinely
it's
funny.
so stupid. Because like, first of all, the league is dumb.
Yeah.
Like in the first place.
I think that's the
so
joke.
then they're just like leaning into that
Yeah.
so hard that it's like, oh well, because like the whole idea is like they are fighting like in like the other thing. It's like fighting to like get back with her to like prove that they're better than like they are a better option than like the new guy, essentially.
It wasn't every time, and I think that's what's interesting. It was very heavily focused on like the metaphor that like the guy needs to like get through break down her walls, get through all her baggage in order to get to like the real her. And that's partly like helping her work, like in a way by defeating these guys, you're like working through all of her trauma and all of her previous breakups to the point where like none of that matters. What matters is you guys, and he becomes stronger through that journey as well, and they become a better match. But like number 3, fucking Brandon Routh, whatever his name is,
The vegan guy.
yeah, the vegan guy, I forget his name. He like was in a relationship and was dumb. I don't think he really wanted to get with Ramona. It didn't seem like it anyway. He was just like, oh, how's it going? And with Steven Stills too. I'm thinking Steven Stills, where he's just like, oh, how are you? How's things? He seems nice. Like after he punches Scott in the face, and it's just like kind of amicable. And it's like he doesn't seem like he's hung up on her very much. But it's more just the metaphor of it all.
Yeah, I guess the thing is what I like about this is like it's kind of dumb and like weird, in like out of the context of the first or like of the movie or whatever. It's like it makes sense to tell the story, like you said, like metaphorically.
Yeah.
That the story is trying to tell, but then when you take it out of that and you think about it, like, okay, there's this
Logically.
league that just exists like in the actual real life world.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous. But then they lean into it more, where it's just like, well, I'm gonna fight for ownership of this league, and then it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean for own? Like, you're
Yeah,
just
it's like Ramona didn't get with you because you're not the leader of the league. Like that's not the reason.
And he's like, I didn't get anything, so now I need to make some new. I'm changing things up around here so that next time if I win, I get something. It's like, what do you mean you get something?
Yeah.
Like,
and
like,
I think
what?
that's the joke. Obviously, it's like they're like taking it self-serious, and it's very fan servicey. It's like all of this is based on if you loved the movie, and I loved the movie, but even I am just like, I don't know, like what? I don't. What does this mean? Where's it going? Apparently Scott's alive. That seems like it's taking the story in an interesting way. He's in the paths, yes, and I just don't know I just don't get the point of this other than fan service. Like, and it seems like that's only it. Because again, if you haven't seen the movie, none of this lands at all, other than it being like a cool fight and like funny jokes.
I
here and
wonder
there.
if, like, I'm just trying to think of like the direction of this. So like in the movie, it's like Scott is like fighting for Ramona, right? But
Yeah.
then now Scott is somewhere, and Ramona is like he's like calling to her in the sand world in
Yeah.
like a similar way that she was like kind of calling to him in that like same world. So if it's like maybe it's gonna be something like she has to
defeat
like,
the exes in order to get him back.
yeah, or like go on a journey like in there, and like meanwhile the league is just like fucking around and like defeating each other, like I don't know, like doing dumb stuff. I don't know.
I think now they're switching up. They were getting rid of Gideon, and I think maybe what if she has to like make her way through all the league backwards? So she'll fight the Katayanagi twins, and then that girl, and then fucking I forget her name. She shows up for like 1 second in the movie, and and then, you know, work her way down until Matthew Patel, now that he's the leader. So it's, again, it's going off of the gimmick of how it worked in the movie, just like backwards. Maybe she'll have to like fight her way all through, and then finally she'll work through her own problems, metaphorically speaking, and then at the end of it, the right guy will show up. But the only problem is Scott isn't the right guy, because he had character development that he needed to go through. Like, that's why he makes friends with Nega Scott at the end, is because that's like his shadow version, and he's been like an asshole, and he like comes clean about like, you know, cheating on these on these girls with each other, and then you know, works through his shit, and then he sees his shadow self, and he's like, no, I have to face it alone. And then he walks down there like chatting and friends about it. Like, he goes through his own character development to the point where he's a good fit for Ramona, not just Ramona, like, you know, having all her trauma sort of aired out and like all of her guys defeated. So maybe I'm just working through, like, it could be that Ramona is gonna have to like fight to get Scott back, but again, it doesn't make sense given the relationship that they had, because they didn't date. They went on one date, didn't even have sex. They like, and not that you need to like have a relationship necessarily, but it's like, again, with this episode, they're like playing it up like Ramona is so like lovesick thinking about him that she knew him for like 8 hours, and that was it. They had an awkward conversation at a party where he just like made a fool of himself. They walked in the park, they went back, they had tea, they made out, they went to sleep. That was their whole relationship. And again, it just doesn't make sense unless you're pandering to the audience who is supposed to know all this stuff. And then it just like, you have to just accept that it's fan service, which obviously it is. But again, it's just like, I wish that there was more to it than that.
I mean, like,
maybe I'm wrong.
Because maybe this episode is like, we need to like drive it home to the audience that this is like not going to be the thing, and then next episode, because like you hear Scott at the end, so then it's like, oh, because it's like people might watch the first episode, be like, oh good, this is exactly the same, and then at the end it's like, oh, actually it's not the same. Next episode, they're like, this is not the same thing. I'm gonna tell you 1,000 times throughout the entire episode, but don't worry, Scott is still out there, and we're like doing something with that, you know? And then next episode is probably gonna set up like the last few episodes, the like remaining like the arc of the story, you know?
Right.
Because I feel like this one was mostly about this fight and like the ridiculousness, and then like the end, and like even like Scott's funeral is just like so silly with that girl coming in. I love that, by the way. That performance was really awesome. It was really funny.
Yeah. Well,
I also love Knives when she like whips off the shirt.
Yeah,
and she's
instantly
wearing that just underneath.
It's like, yeah, why is Knives was like freaking out about Scott the whole story, and then now she just instantly gets over him in like a second, and Ramona after one day is like super in love with him.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, maybe she probably feels guilty for like getting him killed.
Yeah.
For having all these psychotic exes.
But again, if you're going off of the movie continuity and like changing it, she didn't feel guilty at all about anyone else getting killed.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just doesn't work both ways, and she knew Matthew Patel better than she knew fucking Scott. So
I guess also the thing in the movie is like, because like what they say they're dead, but like they don't have like funerals or like. No,
but it's clear, like the joke is that they're dead, because in a video game you kill them and then they turn into coins, like in a Mario or something. But you're like killing them, and it's kind of the joke that it's like actually weirdly violent, despite the fact that it's not acknowledged in a real way by like the game. So they're kind of joking about that type of thing. But yeah, I hope, like, I get that this is supposed to be fan service. I get that. But as somebody who loves the movie, it's just like I want them to do something with it that's more than just fan service. Anyway, I think you want to watch the next one?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon to see the next one right now, I guess. I don't know. Right?
Probably.
See you next one, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.